Am I the asshole for telling my wife that she needs to get over me missing the birth of our daughter?
Ooh.
Good roll.
Roll the dice.
18.
18.
7.
7. Ooh.
Man, if we ever did this with Sienna, she would take it like,
I would love to do this.
yeah, I know.
Very competitive.
If we did girls versus boys court,
Yeah.
oh, we'd get demolished. But
Hella demolished.
well, that would be really fun.
Would you like to be the prosecutor or would you like to be the
Defendant.
defendant? Okay.
Spicy.
All right, let's do this. All right. Again, the title of this one is Am I the Asshole for Telling My Wife That She Needs to Get Over Me Missing the Birth of Our Daughter? I work in a job where there are certain times that I do not have access to my phone or I am in the middle of nowhere. These times are well scheduled in advance and basically take up my whole day. There are a ton of safety regulations I have to follow during this time. My wife was pregnant, and at the time, I planned to take off work near her due date. Unfortunately, she went into labor early, and to put in more context, about a month early.
Oh, wow.
And I was on an inspection. I learned about her going into labor when I got signal again. By the time I got into the hospital, she has already given birth. This was about a year and a half ago, and I am an involved father. The issue is every single time we have an argument, she will bring up I missed a birth. It happens almost every single time from serious arguments to what fast food should we get. Today was my breaking point. We got into an argument about her wanting to change the daycare situation. She wants to change daycare to one closer to the home. I do drop-offs and she does pickup. The only one closer to our home is too expensive and we cannot afford it. In the middle of the argument, she pulled out I wasn't there for the birth again. I told her she needs to get over that and stop using it every fucking argument we have. She called me a jerk and left. So am I the asshole?
Asshole.
Prosecution.
Asshole.
Talk.
That's all
Wow.
I have to say. No. Okay.
I was like, you might lose.
The birth of a child is a very special, meaningful, traumatizing sometimes experience,
I think all the time. That sounds painful.
right?
The Bear, season 3, episode 8.
Look at that.
What was it? Ice Chips?
Something, yeah.
I think
How the
the
hell do
title
you
of-
remember?
We just watched it.
We just
How do you still remember that?
remember that because the whole time I was sitting up like this, like, oh my God.
Because every time there's like a new TikTok of like a new birthing fact or like a tweet of a new birthing fact, Nancy's like, oh my God.
Or someone's in the comment is like, where's the girl with the list? And they have a list of reasons why they don't want to have kids. And
Oh,
it's like an added thing. Anyway, so girl with the list, bring it up because he missed it. What did he do for work?
it sounds like they're doing something like inspection and they have to go in different locations where they don't have signal or they're not able to go. It didn't really say specifically what they did.
She is in a lot of pain and hurt. So it's okay for her to bring it up in every argument. I need a break. 5-minute break.
Recess?
Recess.
Denied. we only have a certain amount of airtime.
Okay, but seriously, jokes aside, still processing. It's okay because it was a traumatizing event and she did it alone. We know that she did it alone, right?
That is rough. It sounds like they did.
Okay, yeah. So I dropped the mic here.
Okay.
The notes is still crazy to me.
Peoples of the jury. Imagine you have a job where you are responsible for the safety of everyone around you, and you're legally binded to OSHA regulations.
Ooh, the OSHA regulation is.
I'm gonna Google this.
I know that. CFR 29-14.
Watch this be inspection for like fucking cable or like some stupid shit.
CFR
That's
29-134.
Well, he has to be in a remote area, so it sounds serious, where he doesn't have signal. Regardless, he couldn't have been contacted either way, and then it's planned in advance. So he did plan to be there for the actual birth if it was there on time, but unfortunately, it was out of his control. Imagine also arguing about wanting Jack in the Box, and then your wife says, "But you missed my child's birth."
I would argue by not getting buttermilk. All right, that's gonna be my argument.
Buttermilk?
Not sponsored.
Buttermilk, the ranch.
Oh, okay.
That ranch do be hitting.
He doesn't know.
I don't
anything
know
about
ranch.
Oh, he doesn't
Yes.
Yeah, I don't fuck with ranch.
Wingstop Ranch.
Nope,
Anyway.
sorry.
Not sponsored, but
Not
please.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Wingstop was a goddamn sponsor? How much bigger I would be? It'd be insane.
We were just talking about this, that we're like, fuck, we hate recording that you can see our bottom half.
Oh yeah, I would love to only have my shoulders and above at all times.
Why do you think we sit so low when we're freaking recording?
Yeah, I almost did the pillow trick that we always do, but then there's only one pillow. I don't want to leave John
No, you
high and
gotta-
dry.
you gotta own it and do like a fashion show.
I'm
Do a video.
exposed.
Show your fit.
Ooh,
OOTD.
Not for free.
not for free.
We ate
You're showing
a
your feet
lot,
for free.
y'all. A
Nah,
lot.
Josh, censor this, please. Thank you.
No, they got socks on.
I got socks on.
You can see the outline of the bunion, but you can't.
You went like this.
Yeah, spread the
You
toes
went
out.
Jump scare.
Oh no, y'all know y'all want it.
Webbed feet.
So, not the asshole, out of his control. If he could have been there, he would. And it's unfair for her to bring it up in every argument where he made plans to be there. He has an obligation for his job that brings money and supports his new family. So yeah, I feel like he's coming at this in a logical sense, and it's unfair for the wife to just using that card on every argument.
Sean, what do you think?
I don't know. This one's really hard because I do get like Jack in the Box. Like I want Jack in the Box. Well, I want Whataburger. Well, you missed the birth of my child. That is crazy work. But I also do get where it's like, you know, he said he's out all day, so like, who knows how long she was in labor by herself. I also get how that could be traumatic.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of like with, I imagine like trauma like that is sort of like grief, where it's like always there. Like you can't, it's just there no matter what. So I understand her side too of,
That's an important occasion.
yeah.
You know? So
And I mean, I don't know. None of us are parents, so I don't know if it's like if that's common, like a month before. I don't know. I don't know anything.
would that be
I don't know
considered
what's considered
premature?
premature.
Right?
I think that's
What-
if it's a
Oh,
month
okay.
before, right?
A
Because
month
it
before.
sounded like they said they had a scheduled birth a month after, but then she gave birth a
Mhm.
month prior. Or
Yeah.
a month before.
So I guess that's still premature. Yeah, and even if there's no way you could take 2 months off of work to do that, and then months after the baby is born too. So it's like there's a solid chance if he's working that job, there's a chance he's gonna miss it. And
The
there's
real
like
asshole is the
not really,
workplace.
yeah, is the workplace.
Yeah.
There's not much you could do. So like this one is a really tough one to decide. I'm gonna leave it up to the Wikimaniacs because it's like there's nothing he could have done right really besides just fucking take it. But then how long can you take that?
Yeah, a year and a half of still constantly bringing it up every argument.
I just say 6 months max.
6 months.
You
Damn,
get
you're
a
losing your
statute.
case.
I'm kidding.
No, you're giving up your case.
Wait, hold on. You're giving us ammunition here.
No, but I think that is really tough. I mean, there has been situations where, like the other day, whenever I burnt myself with the oven, taking out the pizza box, and even though I knew you were doing something outside and I was calling you,
Yeah.
I was still upset with you because you weren't answering the phone.
I was charging my phone while doing yard work, and she burned herself with the oven. She was trying to get a pizza.
Oh
Tattoo.
no.
Yeah. And she was like, I called you 5 times. And I was like, yeah, my phone was charging.
And I knew that was out of
And she was like looking at like our security camera out front, and I'm like doing yard work and taking a step back, like, damn, this is hard.
Yeah, and each time you were doing that, I was like, oh, he's coming in. He's coming
That
in.
motherfucker.
Nah.
And for those of you that said that will be saying, oh, why didn't you just go outside? I was running the burn underneath the water, and the pizza that was still needing to be cooked more was just sitting out there. And I was like,
And I think Google said she had to like stay under cold water for like 15 minutes or some shit.
yeah, something like that. But
We
it's
gotta
just
eat.
anyway, aside to the point. But I can't imagine that's a burn, and then that's birth.
Childbirth, which is probably
Like,
infinity.
A million times worse.
It feels really incomplete to not say all of my thoughts, and this is hard.
It is.
This is
It
hard.
is. The first time we like did it, it was like completely off the cuff, and like, yeah, it was just like a random idea like that we just did out of nowhere. Sean did the most unhinged like quote. He quoted the Bible. I quoted Whitney Houston. We never talk about what stories we're gonna bring up like that time, so it's like really on the spot
Mhm.
most of the time. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all appreciate that, Wikimaniacs, but
is difficult.
We're making them work.
Yeah, go on the
Because
spot.
I'm sure both of us were like, oh, I really want to say this too.
Yeah, yeah.
Get therapy.